TJ Watt to the Detroit Lions?
Nice. I'm just saying, let's go.
All right. Welcome to Blue Collar Blitz Podcast. I'm your host, Maverick.
And I'm Big O.
So this week in the Detroit Lions news, I woke up to the Steelers making big trades. They traded for Jalen Ramsey and Jonnu Smith. They also gave Jalen Ramsey a slight raise. And this is all during the time that TJ Watt is asking for an extension. And so the question is, will the Lions and can the Lions come up with a package that would entice the Steelers to trade TJ Watt to us? I don't think they're going to let him go, but TJ Watt missed all of the offseason activities waiting on this contract extension.
Yeah, waiting on money.
How old is Watt? Is he 31? I want to say he's 31. He's
32.
He's 1 year older than Trey Hendrickson. 32?
I think he's 32.
What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, he gonna come in cold. I mean, but I can understand waiting on money.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all about, is he gonna, if we get it, is he gonna deliver? That's the question. So he could be waiting around and we get somebody who just waited on money and he gonna wind up on the bench or something.
Here's my issue with it. And I understand that Lions fans are hungry for another DN. He just signed an extension making $28 million a year. He only wants more money because Myles Garrett reset the market at $40 million a year. So if Brad Holmes isn't willing to pay the upper 20, low 30 mil for Trey Hendrickson, he doesn't want to pay 11 mil for Smith. What makes you think he's going to pay close to 40 for TJ Watt? Like,
they probably that.
That's a lot of money. So a lot of news outlets and podcasters, they're getting excited and they're like, can we get Watt? Can we get Watt? And yes, we have like $40 million in cap space, but that's a lot of money for someone his age.
Well,
and
yeah,
you're not making peanuts.
Like,
well, Wilson has a point where he wants to make more money. TJ Watt is like, come on, bro.
Well, Detroit known for dropping the ball, waiting until last minute, and then it's too late. They did that with Sue. Remember when they did that with Sue?
Mm-hmm.
So then after he was like, okay, I'm about to dip, then he was like, oh, wait a minute. It was too late. So they're going to either have to step up if they want them bad enough. But at the same time, it goes back to what we was talking about a week ago and a couple of weeks ago. That's where they need to come up with the incentives. Like, okay, we give you this.
Right.
You performing, you can get this. And it'll add up to that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's where, that's where I'm looking at it. But,
yeah.
We TV coaches.
Yeah. We're what is it? What's the word they use? Armchair quarterbacks. What is it? I can't even remember what it is. But yeah, like we're just two guys, talking about the sport that we love, but I like to be a little bit more logical than most. I mean, I understand that, fantasies can be fun and, having dreams and wishes, but we're not, he'll be 31 in October. We're not getting ready to give you close to 40 mil.
So, I thought he was already like 32. He's just about to be 31.
Yeah. According to this, he'll be 31 in October. I mean, you're not a bad player, but close to 40, bro. You want close to 40 mil.
Well, who don't want 40 mil?
One of the Detroit Pistons, but that's the conversation for.
Hey, here we go.
That's a conversation for another podcast.
I'm telling you, we got to get. Oh wow,
'cause that's insane. You may have blown it. You may have 45. Wow. All right, but yeah, getting back on topic. I would still. I mean, here's the thing. We still have time to get a defensive end. In a perfect world, what would I like to see? You know, my biggest wish is to just give up a fifth or a sixth and get Kayvon Thibodeau here. I don't want to give up too much to bring another guy in, but you have preseason and you have all the way up to the trade deadline. As much as I would want to see another defensive end, I'm at the point now where I'm like, let's see what Davenport can do. I mean, we made it to the divisional round with a ton of injuries. Mm-hmm. We're getting all but two of those back. Rodriguez and McNeil won't be back until like October, November. We're getting a lot of guys back. We're getting Aiden Hutchinson back. Let's just see what they can do. If we go through the first month and it's like we're not getting it done, we're not getting the pressure. I mean, I believe, if I read correctly, I believe that we were doing pretty well with defensive pressure. We just couldn't finish and get the sacks.
Right.
So let's see what happens. I don't want to jump the gun and pay $40 million. Trey Hendrickson was very enticing, being that he was the sack leader for the last 2 years. But then when you come down off that high and the emotion, and then it's the fact that it's the offseason, we don't really have much to talk about. When you sit down and you think about it, you're like, you know what? We can wait and see.
So you willing to take that risk on losing them?
Losing
without paying the 40. You
Why?
Saying?
Oh yeah. I'm not tripping off Watt. If there was anyone that I would be nervous about like leaving and we missed a chance on getting, it would be Trey Hendrickson. It wouldn't be Watt. That's a $12 million difference. So even if Trey was like, I don't want 28, or like you said, if we came up with a contract where we just laced it with incentives and it's like, all right, we'll give you 22 and then give you like $6 million in incentives. I'll do that before I'm like, all right, Watt, here's 40 mil, here's 38 mil, here's, to get you close to what, Garrett is being paid. We still have to pay Hutch. We still have to pay Brian Branch, Jack Campbell, Laporta. Like, someone's going to be on the outs. So everyone can't make 20, 30 mil.
They got the money.
We have 40 mil right now. If you look at our cap space going into the future, because we've been kicking the can down the road, it ain't looking good. We still got J-Mo. So you cannot pay all of these players. You can't. So while I'm not all the way on the side of the fanboys that are like, the Lions are doing everything great, I don't want to jump the gun and say, like, blow the budget right now. Let's see what we can do. That's where I'm at. My cousin was saying like the window is closing and we should have picked somebody up last year and we got to do it right now. I want a Super Bowl right now. And I get that. I want a Super Bowl right now as well. But getting all these players on the team doesn't necessarily guarantee you a Super Bowl either. And you still have to future-proof your team. So no, I don't want to be that annual team that, we always make the playoffs and can't get over the hump like the Ravens. But I mean, I'm on the wait and see approach personally.
Yeah. Plus we may need that money if somebody get injured.
Exactly. So, and then when we blitzed a lot. So when we had, Campbell, Anzalone, and Rodriguez on the field together, they were like one of the top linebacking cores. And I understand that we had to blitz more because it was like, well, we didn't have a D-line. So you got to do what you got to do. But if it's working and you won that many games, keep doing it.
Yeah.
I'm a believer in keep doing it until you can stop it, and then we'll figure it out. But we have until the trade deadline. But my hope is for Thibodeau, because with Abdul Carter being over there and what's his name that they traded for, like the Thibodeau's on the bench. So if you entice them and they're still rebuilding and you're like, we'll throw you a fifth round, just send us Thibodeau and we'll figure it out. He's still on his rookie contract. Let them both go. You know what I'm saying? And then you can figure out what you want to do from there. Thibodeau's production hasn't been the greatest, so you may not even have to give him a huge contract when it's time to, re-up for him. So now you got, two of the younger guys. He's high energy. That's who I want. I'm the odd man out, but I want Thibodeau here. I was high on Thibodeau since Oregon, though. So,
yeah.
But we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
In other news, Terrion Arnold, our first-round pick from last year, is very, very confident that he is going to end up being one of the top corners in the league. He had some struggles last year.
Yes.
A lot of people were kind of, crapping on him a little bit. But I'm like, dude, he's a rookie. He's a rookie playing man defense. They're going to target you and see what you all about.
Still ranked 10.
There's growing pains. There's always going to be growing pains. Everyone can't be Sauce Gardner of the Jets. You can't. Everyone can't come out and just ball out. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Detroit native. But he cleaned it up. According to these stats, he tied for, which is it's a little scary. He was tied for most defensive pass interference calls last year with another new Lion, DJ Reed. However, most of those happened in the first 4 games of the season. So I'm not as concerned about Arnold going forward as I am with DJ Reed having 7. Now, 7 is not a lot when you look at how many games they play, but I didn't expect to see that he tied with, another current player. So I don't know. I feel like he'll be okay. He's got the confidence, I'm sure he's got the work ethic behind it. He's going to get more opportunities. He's got to step up. This is the year to step up. So I side with him. I feel like he'll bounce back. And like I said before in the other episode, I feel like that's my dark horse for breakout player. It's not the guard. It's Arnold.
Okay. Well, we will see. I mean, again,
what do you think?
I think I'm still right now. I know we discussing a lot of this stuff, but it's just hard to even say anything, until we get to really sit it
until we get in the season, right?
And see some of these games. Because like this year, we getting a healthier team.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just a lot. It's a lot right now. We just don't know what's gonna happen yet. So I'm just waiting. Right now everything is just a wait game right now. We just hoping and kicking it, kicking some truth. What could and couldn't happen and what we would like to see to happen. But until we get into this season, man, I mean, as soon as we get in the season, this is gonna be live. We're gonna have a lot of fun.
That's what I'm looking forward to. Because we'll have more to talk about, more to break down. But I'm excited to see it. I like the fact that he's confident. I mean, having the type of season that he had when you're a first round pick could break some people.
Yeah,
and it's not shaking him at all. He's like, I'm gonna be good. I gotta track the ball better. We'll be all right.
He ain't gonna get up there like, I'm a little nervous. I was a little jacked up. Ain't no player gonna admit that that
True,
they need some work.
Sometimes you can see it. Yeah, you can see it in their demeanor though. Like he's still like, oh no, I'm gonna bounce back. I'm gonna be all right. Like when he got drafted, he showed he had that confidence. He wears it every day, and I feel like that's what you should be as a corner or a receiver. Like I don't want a humble corner. I want a Deion Sanders corner. Don't be humble at all.
Do you really want a Deion Sanders corner?
I'm gonna lock you up this game. Watch, and then he does it.
Right? You're like, so, I see you out there. I'm gonna see you.
That's what I want. Listen, I'm young, but I'm still old school. I want that type of corner. I want the corner that's like, I'm gonna talk it and I'm gonna walk it.
Look, I missed them games. I missed them football games. I mean, that was all the sports though. Talking crap and medic. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That's some real football right there.
Absolutely. I'm
gonna try to take your helmet off.
Right.
And so,
but we're in a world
of softness.
We're in a generation where it's like
soft.
nice,
soft. Soft.
Not the whisper.
Soft.
I'm going to gently hit you and lay you down on the field, okay?
This
I don't
is
want
what
you to
you
get
need
hurt.
today. Sooner or later,
Sponsor is Charmin.
sooner or later, we're gonna switch over to a flag football, so I can just slide it off your side.
Right? Oh my gosh!
No, I mean really, I miss them days. Come on, crack. I'm gonna make sure he don't come to game 6. You know, I mean, you know this.
Yes,
that's what it was about.
Head off. Yes.
Yeah. Straight up hit him.
So
Not, I got a sprained pinky.
I can't play because my nail hurts.
I'm telling you, got the whole arm in the cast. The whole arm in the cast for a pinky.
Yes.
Well, I'm out for 6 games, but I'm gonna still get a check. Man, go get my Gatorade, man. Forget this.
Exactly. So, in other news, switching to coaches. Have you seen this for the top 10 coaches?
Yep.
What do you think about our coach Dan Campbell being number 9?
He should be number 1.
You think?
He the man.
Let's hear more on that. Why do you think he should be over Andy Reid?
Because he's my coach.
Oh my God. That's the only reason?
Man.
That's the only reason? Man.
No, I mean, but look what he has done.
Okay.
Now, even if he ain't number 1, he should be higher than 9.
Okay.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. Are you looking at the list? I want to know
it's
where
not
you
in front.
Place him. Okay, so I'm gonna name the coaches. I want to know where you think he should be. I'm gonna name the 8 that are above him. You ready?
Go ahead.
Number 1, Andy Reid. Number 2, Sean Payton. 3, Sean McVay for the Rams. John Harbaugh for the Ravens. Mike Tomlin for the Steelers. Jim Harbaugh for the Chargers. Kyle Shanahan for the 49ers. Nick Sirianni for the Eagles. Where do you think Dan Campbell should fall in that top 8?
2 or 3.
2 or 3?
Man, come on. Why you got him so low, man? I thought you liked Campbell.
I like Campbell.
But
you're placing him over people. You're placing him over coaches that have Super Bowls. You're placing him like you realize that, right? And you have no problem placing him over coaches that have Super Bowl wins.
And you putting him low because he ain't got a Super Bowl.
So first of all, it's still early in his coaching career, right?
Mm-hmm.
So even though a lot of these coaches on the list don't have recent Super Bowl wins, they're always in the conversation, and they actually have the win. Whether it's as a head coach or coordinator, they all like the whole reason that you play the game is for the championship. You play to win. You don't play to be good for a long time. You play to win, right? I can't place him over these coaches that have Super Bowl. I can't. I feel like 9 is perfect where he is based on his resume and what he's done to turn the Lions around. I can't put you over Super Bowl winning coaches that are still, doing what they do.
I understand. I mean, this is a hard job when you gotta, you got your team. Because I wasn't always a Dan Campbell fan when he first came in. I tripped out. But he just proved me wrong, proved me wrong, and he's done a lot, and he got us there in 2 playoffs and NFC champs, and I mean I just think he should be a little higher than 9 though.
2 or 3? You didn't say.
Okay.
Listen.
Okay, all right.
Listen,
You're right. That's what you want to hear, Phil.
7.
Man, that's what you want to hear. That's what you want to hear. You right.
No,
right.
Here's the thing.
It makes sense.
It's all subjective. Neither of us are right. It's all subjective. But 2 or 3 is.
You're right. You're right. After you break it down like that, dang. I wasn't thinking about Super Bowls and all that stuff. I was just thinking.
I'll give you this. Say we put him over Kyle Shanahan and Jim Harbaugh, just for now. And then we move Sirianni up because he has a Super Bowl. If I absolutely had to reorder it, then after you get past the top 5, then I would say Sirianni goes from 8 to 5 or 8 to 6. And then you could put Campbell at 7. And then, you can put Harbaugh and Shanahan after him. The highest I would give him is 7. I can't give him anything than 7. Is that fair?
I mean, yeah, I take that. But, like I said, you broke it down and it made sense. I didn't look at it like that. I looked at it of what he has done as a coach. Not, and I mean, yeah, they've won Super Bowls as a coach, but I'm just looking at him taking something or nothing and making it something and making it big. He basically just turned our whole city around. He gave Detroit something to believe in. I mean, morale and everything is different. That's why I hired, got him as a hire. I'm not looking at rings and the titles like that. So when you say it like that, yes. His ranking, yeah, he does sit where he's supposed to be at. But I'll just look at it as all, as a bigger picture. That's all. He just gave Detroit a lot of energy. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense. I mean, he came a long way from being laughed at for saying we're going to bite kneecaps. So well, I agree. I mean, people are laughing like, what is going on in Detroit? And it was like, well, he said, I'll show you better than I can tell you.
Not just that. I mean, he did, a couple of cries and stuff like, man, ain't no crying in football, but hey.
Oh, no, that's passion. I don't, listen.
Look.
Listen,
I know.
I've been there. Making it to a championship game undefeated in semi-pro and getting blown out in the championship game. I know pain. I know crying. So that's passion. You want to win. You out there to win. You're not out there to make it. So him showing tears, no, he got my respect for that.
No, he got my respect. I mean, I understood.
Got my respect for that.
I understood later, but forever, again, Detroit wasn't even worth a tear. You know what I'm saying? Because they were just that bad. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So now you would catch me. I ain't gonna lie. Detroit win a Super Bowl, you gonna see me bawling. I'm like, I didn't think in my life, I didn't think I'd ever see this. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? So let's get the Charmin ready.
Well,
this is brought to you today by.
Get this right. Go back to the softness. Back to today's sponsor, Charmin.
Hot now.
Charmin and Sleepy Time tea. All right. Well, that's it for this week's episode. We thank y'all for tuning in. We'd like for you to like, comment, and subscribe. Shout out to the people that have been commenting and bringing in the questions and the insight. We appreciate everything. And until next week, I'm your host, Maverick.
And I'm Big O.